Hi, everyone. Welcome to our very first Sitecore Summit series. These series are meant to be quick snack bite versions of focused features or areas within Sitecore where I speak with experts on the topic. I'm your host, Jaina Baumgartner, digital strategist at RDA. And today I am super excited because I am joined for our very first Sitecore Summit series with the great and knowledgeable Mark van Aalst. So Mark, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the short intro. My name is Mark van Aalst, and I am a senior technical evangelist with Sitecore. I've been with Sitecore now for over 9 years. So I started as a solution architect for the Dutch office, and then gradually worked my way into tech marketing, and now being a technical evangelist, which essentially means that I get to play with all the latest and greatest, and even the stuff that's not out yet. So I kind of made from my hobby made my work, having fun with all of those products, and telling people about it, and helping people to gain more knowledge and create better implementations and things like that.
That's awesome. Sounds like a fun job, Mark. Um, so for our session today, we're going to be unlocking the power of Horizon and SXA. And these are both fairly new features within Sitecore. So the first one first, let's talk about the older of the two, SXA, and that's your area of expertise for a while now, right, Mark? Can you tell us what is SXA?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, SXA is it started, I think, 3 to 4 years ago when we first released SXA, and SXA really is a framework on top of the platform itself. So you have plain the Sitecore platform, so either XM or XP, with all of its powerful features, but then you can install SXA on top of that. So it is really a framework that provides building blocks in the sense of components to compose your web pages, but not just that, it's also all the site management features. So we as Sitecore never really had a proper solution to do multi-site management, and with SXA, that's something that just comes out of the box, and sharing content across multiple sites and things like that. So it is really meant to accelerate your go-to-market, the development process itself, and trying to repeat all of those repetitive tasks that you would normally have, right? Building a tell a friend for the 10th time, or building a contact form, or doing simple things like call to action blocks and stuff like that. So what SXA does, or at least tries to do, is to make you do more stuff in the same time, and therefore also allow you to build really those features that add those business values to those pages, to those sites.
That's great. And I hear that you can make any design happen with SXA, right?
Yeah, mostly, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, especially you, Mark. Um, all right, so let's chat about the new kid on the block then, Horizon. Can you tell us what is Horizon?
Yeah, Horizon is indeed, it's the new kid on the block. It's our new UI, our editing user interface, a real an experience that really built from the ground up. So over the years, we've done quite a lot of research during symposiums, with UX workshops, with end customers, authors, partners. Really try to see how we could improve that author experience, right? That editing experience, but also the marketing experience as well. So the interface itself is really meant for our end users, not so much for developers, but really the end users. And it is an addition on top of the existing content editor and the page editor, the experience editor, the what you see is what you get editing. And as said, it's built from the ground up using new technologies. It works very fast, very intuitive, and for me personally, it really reduced the number of clicks that you need to make before you can do stuff or edit your pages. I find it really refreshing and really helpful, and I think it's probably best to show it just so that people can see it for themselves, right?
Yeah, let's get into the demo. Yeah, please show us Horizon and SXA together.
Okay, let me share my screen. So what you see here is our new launchpad. So this is Sitecore 10.1, the latest version. It's the demo that our internal demo team is building, and I think it's an awesome demo. They really did a great job. And one of the options here is Horizon. So this is Horizon. This is our new editing interface. Some things might seem a bit familiar. So on the left, you still have that content tree, but now it's just reduced to only your current site where you're in. So as you can see on the top right here, I'm in a Lighthouse Financial site, and I can click the navigation to go to other sites as well. This is my actual page. So here are all the components, and I can just edit all those components. So in this case, let's say that I want to change the title here to open banking, I can do that. In this case, let's say that we want to remove add trends, I can do it as well. And now if I want to save it, there's already like a big change as what people are used to, and there's no save button. So Horizon finally has that auto save functionality. So all your changes are immediately saved, and you can even undo them. So if you make changes that you're not really happy with, you can quickly do that, and it will set it back to how it originally was. But it's not just content editing. So with SXA, in this case, we have a promo component, which is just an image, a title, and a link in this sense. And if you have been using SXA in the past with the Experience Editor, then you know that typically you would get those floating toolbars, and you will have a like a paint bucket option where you could set styles and things like that. With Horizon, that's even quicker to do. There's a styling panel on the right, and also the options have been changed. So right now you can just, if you want to say I want to align my content to the left, I can quickly click that and it's done. So I've counted it earlier today. It took me 5 steps in the Experience Editor, so it took me 5 clicks in the Experience Editor. With Horizon, it's just 2. Click the navigation open, and you can easily make your changes there.
Yeah, it's amazing how easy it is for marketers now to edit their pages and the style on those pages.
Yeah, definitely. And even it's not just the styling itself or making text bigger or whatsoever, but even the components, right? With SXA, you had those component properties where you could set the width of those components. So if they would be a 12 column width, so in our grid system, so 12 columns, meaning that the page is divided within 12 columns, and it would take all the width. Now I can easily change that to 6 by just sliding it on the right side, and it will immediately make those changes in your site as well. So yeah, it's
wow.
really,
I didn't get to see this before, but that's really impressive. That's so cool.
Yeah, that is so, and it's so fast, right? And it's just immediately. You don't need to click it and then wait for the reload to see how it happened. No, it's instantly there. And
yeah, it's very responsive as well.
Yeah, definitely, and that's just the authoring experience. Even for marketers, we have a page insights panel now, so you can immediately see how your page is performing. So it gives you data back from how many people will visit it per day. Well, obviously this is just a demo site, so there's not that much visits, mainly me, and the time spent on the page. But it does bring it really close to the author or to the marketer directly. And you can also go back to the old view, more or less. So if you want to fill in all those fields that are available on that item itself, you can do that as well, obviously. That's just the, editing. The other option that you have with Horizon now is this device simulator, which is really close by. You can just click this button, then say, okay, I want to see how this page performs on a tablet, and it instantly rescales it. So now this is my tablet view. If I want to see it on a mobile phone, I can do that as well. And this in combination with SXA is really helpful, because with SXA, you also have the option to hide those components for a phone, for example. Since I'm on a phone right now, if I would use a tablet here, then I could do the same. Then it will hide it for a tablet or show it for a tablet. So it makes it really easy to make those styling changes specifically to the device that you are targeting. The final option in Horizon with SXA, well, this is mostly Horizon, is the simulator itself. So I can check how my page will perform in the future. So if I have any publishing restrictions or scheduled publishing of content, I can just float this toolbar here or drag this toolbar here, and I can see how it would perform on a specific day in time. as said, we can also switch between sites. So SXA has that multi-site capability, what I just talked about. So if I were to say I want to go to our Lighthouse lifestyle website, which is a completely different website in our SXA instance, then I can just visit this website and make my edits here. So it's completely the same, uses a promo component, those text fields and stuff like that. One of the things that we introduced with SXA 10.1, I believe, is the option for page branches. So for developers, it was already possible to use a technique called branching, which means that you can set a certain tree structure of Sitecore items and well, make kind of have a preset structure and create items based on that structure. So let's say that I wanted to create a landing page and my landing page needed to have speakers in it and a form and whatsoever. I can already pre-fill that and have the option to create those landing pages for authors. Having said that, those templates, more or less, those data structures were not editable for authors themselves. So that is something that we introduced with the 10.1, is the concept of page branches, which now brings those branches to the author. And if you click those pages, in here the $name page in this case, this is just my more or less my template, my site template or my page template for my registration page for for let's say a webinar, for any lead gen purpose for that matter. In this case, I have 2 speaker fields. I have the speaker pages underneath. So if I now go to my landing page section in here, where there are already a couple of landing pages there, I can say create a page. I can select the landing page with a form. I can give it a name. Let's say it's called webinar, and Horizon will reload my page or load my page. And now I have my page here with the title webinar, which I obviously gave in here. And I can reuse that template. And this immediately saves me time, because otherwise I would need to make adjustments to the page. And now I can, for all those webinars that I'm going to do, so let's say that for every month for the coming 6 months, I'm going to do a webinar, I could easily create one of those pages with the speakers already listed there. I just need to fill in the details, and that's that. I don't need to create all of those components and add a page list or add a new page for a speaker and whatsoever. I can just easily change the text. So let's say we have Jaina here, and
I was just going to say, is that our webinar today?
Yeah. You see where I got the inspiration from, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you just created that page in what, 2 minutes? That's crazy. That's really, really fast, right? For marketers to go create their landing pages now. Yeah, definitely. And even if you have a larger team now where people can create all those, more or less, those templates already, and then let's say the local marketer can create, based on those templates, can create them their own landing pages. It just saves so much time for those local marketers, where they can spend that time on stuff they need to do for that webinar, right? Arranging speakers, doing the emailing with speakers and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Very cool, Mark. Okay. Awesome. Go. Well, can you tell us, can you give us some tips and tricks on, for our audience listening, how do you get started with SXA and Horizon? And what tips and tricks do you have for developers and marketers to start using and keep using these tools? The beauty is that for SXA and Horizon, there's not really that much that you will need to do yourself, in a sense that SXA is compliant with Horizon, but also with the Experience Editor itself. For developers, there are some minor tweaks they can do to make those styles, which I just showed you on the right side of the page, to make their existing styles compliant. New sites with SXA can easily be used with Horizon. There's really nothing, there's no real upgrade path in that sense. You install the new version of Horizon, and then you can, new version of SXA, and then you can immediately start using it with Horizon itself. Cool. Other than that, there's obviously some stuff on our learning portal on how to use SXA. I think there's also some stuff on how to use Horizon, and even in our documentation portal itself. Very cool. Very cool. And then, Mark, today we're talking about Horizon plus SXA. Can you tell our users what version of Sitecore do you need to use them in conjunction with each other?
For SXA and Horizon, you would need to use Sitecore 10.1. So
Okay.
that is the first version in which Horizon and SXA are officially supported and compatible with each other. There have been 3 preview releases of Horizon, which you could obviously use, but there's no official support on that, and therefore I would not recommend using that. Horizon itself has been with Sitecore since Sitecore version 10, I think 10.0.
Yeah. Okay. I think 9.3, right? Horizon first came out in 9.3.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right. Horizon is 9.3. Yeah, true.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today, Mark. Let me just present a few closing comments here.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you able to see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, very cool. So we have a reading list here. For those of you who want to learn more about Horizon and SXA, this is Mark's blog on SXA, my blog that has a ton of different things, but we also have a few things about Sitecore 10.1 beyond Horizon and SXA. Mark, you mentioned Horizon's documentation or Sitecore's documentation on Horizon. I didn't put their documentation on SXA, but I'm sure you can find more info there. Horizon and SXA are both downloads. So here are their download links for 10.1. Caitlin and I shot an unboxing and demo video for Sitecore 10.1 for anyone interested in seeing some of the other features. And then we also have, for those of you looking to use these tools in conjunction, all the stuff that Mark just talked about, and are looking to upgrade to 10.1 and need a business case, we have a webinar that Caitlin and I did on Sitecore Upgrade. And then finally at RDA, we have an upgrade checklist to help you out with that upgrade. Just think about all of the things you need to have a successful upgrade. And then finally, our next Sitecore Summit series is on May 27th, and we'll be talking about Sitecore and Cavell, and we can't wait to see you all there. Caitlin, I think you're going to post a link for a survey in the chat if you haven't already done so. And please feel free to put in any questions that you may have as well. We won't answer them here, but we'll make sure to respond to any questions that you might have. And our survey link just has all of the upcoming Sitecore Summit series events. And if you could tell us which ones you're interested in, we'll make sure to follow up with you and let you know when those are coming up. Thanks, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. And thank you, Mark, for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Have a good rest of the day.